This message is for Twin Flame Collective, and it looks like one or both of you are dealing with something with the law. I don't know if you just got a letter in the mail or your person just got a letter in the mail, and it's just kind of like one of you feels really down about it, but I feel like the other one of you is surprised that it even came up. Criminal history. Look, sometimes twin flames are not the best when they're unhealed, so. But anyways, this has you reminiscing on past better times. Understandably so. I think you guys are in separation. We've got twin flame separation here. So this might be to let you know kind of what's going on with your person. It doesn't really feel like you're in trouble with the law. It feels like this other person is, so let's see. Maybe you are too. I think this person still gives you butterflies. They make you feel complete. But if you're in separation and you're reminiscing on the past and you're thinking about how good they made you feel in the past, I don't think you're at the point where you're focused more on yourself and like letting go of that connection. Not letting go of it, but like surrendering to whatever's meant to happen and really focusing on healing yourself. I think this person is confused. Your person is confused and feeling like trapped. They want to run away. They still have their runner boots on, so I think even when you guys, they honestly might feel like shackled to you. If there's not something going on with the law, which I think there might be, there's avoiding on both of these cards here for them. So they probably struggle with avoidance. I think they're avoiding you, but they feel shackled to you. Meanwhile, you're just like thinking about all the good times that you guys used to have. And when you think of them, I think it pulls on their energy and then they think of you. Earth sign, one or both. They still are wearing a mask around you. I think anytime they come in, it's probably like people pleasery or like they're not addressing things that have happened between the two of you guys. I also think I was feeling burnout. Like the first feeling that was coming through, it was really hard to connect to this energy. I'm gonna be so honest with you. One of you needs to take a vacation. It feels like the masculine needs a vacation. Y'all's energy is actually like so hard to read. I think you guys are gonna communicate. So this is probably an incoming communication reading. It looks like there's going to be communication in the separation, possibly surrounding the topic of the separation. Air signs, we've got earth and air sign. Yeah, I think you guys just are, maybe there's things you haven't talked about. This communication might be like kind of on a whim. Like I don't think it's very thought out. Even though you guys are going to talk about the separation, it feels like it's going to trigger one or both of you, probably both of you. So just be mindful of that. You want to try to like not react off of your triggers, even if that means like stepping away from the conversation for like a hot second so your nervous system can re-regulate. This relationship looks like it happened or something important happened around the winter time. It looks like you guys were happy in the winter time. It doesn't necessarily have to be like this year, but just you might have had your cycle during the winter time or like an important thing during the winter time. Okay, let's tap into you to make sure this connects to you, and then we're going to tap into them and then we'll see what's coming and advice. This might be a longer reading. Got 14:14 on the clock. You know what that means. You need to stay positive, stay optimistic. Try not to think unhappy thoughts because you will manifest your reality that way. Okay, this collective's current energy. Truth. You're seeking the truth about something. You might be like stalking their socials. Are you in the stalking socials phase still? Okay, sorry. Maybe this is a new twin flame collective. I wonder what wave this would be, you guys. We'll see. You feel young. You feel like a younger. It's not the first wavers. if this is a first waiver and you're still stalking socials, or maybe you had the urge but you didn't want to do it, but you're like, I need to know like what they're going through, so this might be why you're getting this message as like a reward for not having done it, you know? I think you want to be friends with this person. It's like, well, if I can't have a relationship with them, can't we just be friends? That's a nice thought, but if it's a twin flame, I don't know. I've heard of some twin flames that were like long-term best friends younger. And it's just like you guys are just in each other's lives. Have I met with y'all personally? No. Have I heard other readers having tapped into that and read for those people? Yes. It does look like you're desperate to heal something here. It looks like you want to heal them, though. It doesn't really feel like you're focused on you, which is the more important thing. You healing you will help them on their journey, so if you need to think about it like that in the beginning, that's fine too. You feel very lighthearted and whimsical. Birds might be a really important connection for you. You might have just had a bird like interact with you kind of cute, like you told it hello or something and it like flapped a wing at you, something like that, or like it chirped back at you. It's giving like Disney princess in the forest with her animals vibes. But I feel like you have a really humble heart here. This is definitely the feminine collective, straight up feminine energy. Maybe you have worked on yourself a little bit. It doesn't feel super, we could tap into your shadows, but you feel nice. I am getting that earth energy again. Maybe you're earth and air. Okay, let's get one more. You might have red hair. Just to connect you to this. Maybe you struggle with boundaries. Let's see. I'm about to find out. Oh, I read this weird. You daydream about boundaries. Yeah, I think like to you, boundaries aren't really set in place, but you're like, that's a nice thought if I could have better boundaries. So perhaps that's something you need to work on. I do think you have a lot of eyes. We'll tap into your shadows. Shadow selves on the bottom. You might have an ex with blue eyes. You might have a lot of eyes just on you. It doesn't feel, I don't like this card actually. It freaks me out. Maybe you're in the, like, you're on social media or in the public eye. Oh, let me get one more for truth. Change. Okay, I think you were probably looking, like you wanted to see if they've changed. That's probably why you wanted to get on their social media and look at them. Okay, that's your energy. Let's tap into your shadows. So if that's not your current vibe you're in, I'm still feeling burnout. I don't have a burnout card in here, but freedom. Maybe you like desperately want freedom from whatever work you do. I think maybe some of the collective is older and some of y'all are younger. There's a weird mix of people in here that I can feel. Okay, what shadows are you struggling with currently? What needs to be healed out? Rebirth and renewal, you are emerging from this darkness, transformed. The new version of you is waiting. I think you're still going through that death and rebirth process, like shedding old layers of self. Maybe you struggle to let go of, I think this came out yesterday. Maybe you struggle to let go of the old versions of yourself. There's a reading where I talk about this. If you watched that reading and resonated with it, this might be like your updated a few days later reading, okay? Yeah, you gotta be able to release old versions of self though. Turning pain into purpose, your struggles can become the foundation of your greatest strength. Have you not tapped into your soul purpose yet? We'll get tarot for that, but if you're healing and you haven't figured out your soul purpose yet and you're not having an income based off that in some fashion, that might be something you need to do still, which is really important if you're a twin flame. Surrender to change. Resistance creates suffering. Flow with transformation rather than against it. Yeah, I don't think you want to let go of your old self. Surrender. Surrender is a really important thing to learn on this journey. If you know, you know. If you didn't know, now you know. Very important. It just doesn't look like you have a strategy in terms of how to go about making money long term. Like how to have the ultimate abundance, the ultimate fulfillment, the house, the car, the family. Your strategy right now is not, it just doesn't look like you have one at all. I think you're really stressed out about this. I do think a lot of twin flames struggle with finances specifically, so you might just be in that phase right now. It's a building phase. It passes, but you do have to get through it, and you have to find a way to be productive and strategic. And as you like heal and conquer the hurdles that come with the journey, you're rewarded. So money will come. Like, the universe doesn't ever not support you all the way, but maybe you just are feeling a lack. I think you feel like left out in the cold by the universe right now. But there's more you need to do in order to become financial. Like, in order for there to be forward movement, it looks like there's some things you need to let go of. Probably old versions of yourself. You need to let go of whatever is causing imbalance in you. It's like stopping the forward movement here. Maybe you hoard your money, and that's like a bad money mindset to have. Like, if you are clinging to it because you're like fearful that you're not going to be able to bring in more, that creates more of that. Like, whatever you focus on with money, you're creating more of that. So if you feel really good about money and you're like, okay, every now and then I buy like those expensive berries at the store instead of the non-expensive ones because they're organic and I love them, and that's your little splurge or like the thing that makes you feel good for the day. Like, money gets excited to be spent like that. Like, money wants to give you the things you want, so of course make sure it's within, you know, a proper budget for yourself, but you do need to find a way to not be in like, if you're having fear and anxiety around money, it's just going to create more of that storm. It's going to create more of an imbalance. This is your current energy. You do have an offer coming for you. So I think if you can figure out that unbalance, whatever is like creating the bad money mindset in your mind, something new is going to come for you. I think as a gift almost. Okay, but whatever the situation is that is coming to you, I think you need to read the fine lines. Make sure this person that's coming to you isn't the most immature, or like you just don't want to be immature about it. I think if you go into something that doesn't feel aligned, it's going to create more creative blocks for you. It does look like a solo journey, so maybe you come up with something on your own, but like, there's a need for maturity in whatever you're doing. Maybe it's going to take a little bit longer than you originally anticipated. It might take you like a few years to get this up off the ground, but money is going to come in. It's just going to take a while, and I think you need to be like, you need to look at the big picture, like look at the long-term goal. Like, if you're starting from 0 or like close to 0, 10%, maybe you have a little something set up, you're going to have to nurture it and let it go. Let it go? Maybe there's something you need to let go of in business. It's holding you back. If something comes to you and it's really fast-paced and impulsive and immature, that's what you want to be really careful about, because I do think that's coming for you, but it's going to create more instability. Like, that's not going to bring you inner union. It's not going to bring you external union. Not that we're worried about union at this point, but I think maybe you struggle with like, you want those instant wins, especially if you're an air sign. Here's an example. You know how Oreos taste better when you dip them in milk? But not just dip them in milk. So if you dip it in milk and then you eat it, it's like, okay, it's the same as if I had just eaten it without the milk. With an Oreo, you do have to have, and if you know this, you know, but you have to dip it in the milk and it has to like sit for a bit. And you have to make sure it's like cooking. You have to pull it out at just the right time. Otherwise, the cookie gets soggy and breaks off into your milk, and then your milk gets messed up. So for you, I think it's important that you like, don't let the time freak you out. And maybe if it is freaking you out, ground back down and you might need to like write out an actual strategic plan and give yourself like 3 keeps coming up. 3 years, build out your long-term plan of like how you can do this. 3 months, 3 years, 3 weeks. It feels like years, you guys, but maybe start with your 3-month plan and see if you can build it up to 3 years with whatever this new opportunity is that's coming towards you. Okay, we're getting like law that's coming back out again. So maybe I feel like you might work on your own. If you're like some kind of you deal with legal stuff for people, or you help people, maybe you have a small team. It does look like you work alone though a lot of the times. But so like this opportunity that's coming for you, it's gonna be in that legal field or somewhere where you use your intellect or like negotiate or use like your best judgment to determine things, like maybe some kind of mediator. Some of you might be counselors also. So if you're like opening your own practice or something, and somehow, I don't know if you like need some money to open this, and it's like, boom, here's how you do it immediately. Be very mindful of that. Check the contracts. Don't jump into something if it doesn't feel all the way right. You have a lot of imbalance here. I think you need to use logic over emotion. You've got to be strategic. I know I've said that like a million times. Maybe just like setting up your day in time blocks is something that's gonna help you. So like you make sure you hit everything you need to do. Maybe you like post-it notes or stickies on like the Mac, you know? Okay, that's your energy. Let's tap into your person's energy and then we'll tap into what's coming, okay? This masculine energy is going back and forth between love and hate. They're like, I love her. No, I hate her. I think like their shadows get the best of them. Or it might be like a third party connected to them. They're, okay, if you feel if you feel them heavy in your energy right now, it's because they're going back and forth and like going over this in their mind. I feel like it's like a crisis for them. They're going through some kind of crisis. I definitely think they have a third party attached to them. I don't know, is there a proposal going on? And it's sending them into a crisis. That's very funny that that's what's coming through. Maybe that's why you need to hear this. This is current energy, like this is going on right now. What is Wu-Sa? Wu-Sa. I feel like I've heard that before. Does anyone know what that means? Wu-Sa. I have to look that up, hang on. I feel like I should have known that. That's like a meditative state. I think they view you, okay, this masculine is all over the place. They go back and forth about their feelings towards you. They have a third party that is connected to them. It looks like the relationship is moving forward in terms of like seriousness. It does look like there's a proposal here. I'll get one more card for that. But then they're also thinking of you. You come through as very divine. I think they're intimidated by you. They see that you're like at one with yourself, even though you are dealing with your own imbalances. This is how they view you. And I think they're hitting rock bottom over it. Like they're like, fuck, like they have it all together. I'm over here dealing with this karmic, feels like a karmic. I think they're moving forward with them because like, it's just like they don't know what else to do. They're just like, yeah, this is what I'm supposed to do in life. This is how I move through. It's almost like a defense mechanism instead of like dealing with themselves. They're like, this is just what we do. This is how we move forward. They're very stressed. They love when they're in love with you. They're like, oh, this is great. They also wonder if they can just be friends with you as well. But I think they give you the evil eye sometimes. Like they might have not talked the best about you. Yeah, look, didn't I just say anxiety and heartbreak? They do not want to marry whoever this person is that's connected to them. I think they're so stressed out about it and they still think about you. This is what they're going through right now. I think they reminisce about the good times with you as well. And they're angry. It's making them angry. Woo! I think they're easily triggered. Prison of regret, the past cannot be rewritten, but your future is still yours to create. Self-sabotage. Their emotions are not balanced. They're in regret. This divine masculine collective, this twin flame masculine collective that you're connected to, their shadows are that they're not, like they're easily triggered and I don't think they face their emotions in the best way. They have heavy regret that they're not able to let go of, so they might like hold on to the past, and they have a lot of self-sabotage behaviors. I think you have a little bit of that as well. Where are you unconsciously blocking your own growth? Identify the patterns. You don't want to move forward. You don't want to shed old layers of self, and neither does your twin. Are we surprised? No. Okay. Let's see what's going on with them with tarot. We'll just confirm all of that. Actually, I want to see what they want to say to you first. I don't react when people mention you. Fair. You guys are in separation, so make sure you watch part 1. So many things remind me of you. I think you guys are tugging on each other's energy. I want to feel that way again. The reminiscing. I wish I had treated you better. We do love the self-awareness. That's nice. Last one. I couldn't let you get close to me. That does happen with twins. I feel like the masculine usually tries to protect the feminine from themselves because they love you so much. They're like, even I will protect you from me. It's not my favorite thing about them, but okay. That's what they wanted to say to you. Their current energy, confirming it with tarot. They're in the middle of chaos. I think they're not moving forward out of the chaos. They want to, the emotional chaos, the emotional turmoil. They want this new emotion. They want new love. I think they want it with you, but it's like they're just stuck. Both of you have a very stuck energy. They're also in their wounded feminine. This is the twin flames separated card, but this is the feminine energy. Maybe they also feel like you are cold and distant sometimes, but I think that's more so them right now. And they're in like a mental prison about it that they've built around themselves. I think they have really negative inner self-talk, and it's built like a crumbling castle for some reason. Maybe crumbling castles are like an important image for you guys. That was coming through pretty strongly for me. I don't know if you guys like visited somewhere in Ireland, you know, where the buildings are just like so old and the castles are out in the country like crumbling. It's very specific. It does look like they want to change this pretty quickly. Maybe they're like freaking out because that anxiety did come out in the last part. I feel like they're so freaked out and they're like, I gotta do something. Also communication. I forgot you had incoming communication. Okay. If they're going through like a proposal or something and they reach out to you, again, I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, I don't think they have yet like the clarity on how to get out of this mentally. Like it feels like everything's just all knotted together and they're like, how do I even untie this? They want the new feelings and emotions and romance, but I think it feels like a really long, slow journey for them and they know that. It's like they know you're... Oh, no. Even though they're cold and distant, they have emotion for you here with the King of Cups. That's what's going on with them currently. Like, they still have feelings for you. Which are nice feelings. I know you got hater in the beginning, but maybe that's that back and forth energy. Queen of Swords over King of Cups. Yeah, they might have chest pain. They might have some heart chakra blockages, and that's why they go back and forth. That would be caused from like past trauma probably, so if they don't know how to deal with their childhood trauma properly or they just haven't dealt with it, that would block this. I think the mental imprisonment they put themselves in is confusing the hell out of them. They're like, how do I get out of this? I don't even know. Where's the light of day? It's all like very unknown to them. They're just, I know they were a little self-aware, but I feel like there's a lot of self-unawareness also. Again, with the communication coming in quickly, I think they want to chit chat with you about stuff. Again, it doesn't feel like the most thoughtful. And there's like gossipy energy here. They might just like talk bad about other people sometimes, which is not the best character trait in a person. So maybe be mindful of that. I feel like sometimes you like get in on it with them. Maybe just, some of y'all don't. There's a hard line there where you don't talk shit about people, but some of you, you're like, yeah, I give into that sometimes with them. So maybe just be mindful about not leaning into that this time. Let's see what the energy is for the upcoming communication between you guys, like the next point, and what you need to do about it. This is not bad. It's like manifestations you guys have been calling in, like things you've dreamt of, and you both actually have the skill set to deal with these things now, to conquer your dreams. You're both like you both want it when it comes in. I don't think you're focused on the wrong thing here. There is some maturity between you guys. This is nice. I'm not terribly mad at this. It's like, you know, there was heartbreak between us, and there still kind of is, but you're like, no, like, this conversation needs to be had. I just don't think it's really gonna leave either of you feeling very happy for some reason. Why? Because there's just a lot of work that, like, it's like that one conversation's not gonna fix everything that's happened in the past, especially if they have a karmic still attached to them. There's still a lot of anxiety here. There's a lot of, like, not seeing the fruits of the labor. So, like, if you feel sad from this conversation and you're like, but all this work, it's like, it takes more. It's not harvest time yet. So you guys really gotta, if you want this to work here, there's more issues that need to be dealt with. Like, you guys need to make sure you're talking about everything. You both are very confident about and very intuitive about dealing with this together. Again, I think you're focused on the right things, even though there's been grief and pain here. It's like you're sad, but you both know you're strong enough to deal with it together. You've got good judgment. You're focused on the right things. Again, intuition. It's very, like, fair. When I said there wasn't going to be a lot of thought in the conversation, but or like thinking before the conversation comes in, but I think once it's here, you're both like, okay, we're dealing with this properly. I'm really not mad at this energy. I like that earth. It feels very earthy. This, maybe the masculine. I do think the heartbreak, it's almost being like kept away. You're like, okay. And like that might have to do with their blocked heart chakra. It's like they don't really want to talk about it, especially if they're putting on that people pleaser kind of mentality. Okay, let me get you an advice card really quick. You got my favorite card. Let me try to read it all really quickly. This is the soul merger ebb and flow. You're experiencing a soul merger with the spiritual realms of liquid love, an invisible connection between you and source energy that joins you with your beloved. Through this unseen bond, you are magnetically drawn to your twin flame on the etheric plane. Their supernatural presence challenges you to see yourself in their mirrored reflection while overcoming obstacles in life and recovering from failed relationships that have left you with a shattered heart. The intention is to expand your emotional range, which helps you increase your capacity to feel both love and sorrow. This allows you to experience the depths of great love that expands your heart and teaches you new ways to love. If either you or your beloved avoid facing your mirrored reflection, it will create resistance and might delay physical union. This card reminds you that there is no separation between you and true love. Focus on finding balance within. It will create ebb and flow in your harmonic exchange of giving and receiving unconditional love. Oh my god, I read that so fast. But yeah, this is my very favorite card. It's connecting you to the realms of liquid love. So tapping into like true love and unconditional love is so interesting because you really just have to peel back all of these like layers of what society has taught us is real and true, and that you wear it like this as you move throughout your life. But it's just like, if you take it all back, like, it's always there. The true love is always there. So maybe that's part of you, like, releasing layers of yourself, what you've conditioned to have believed, or what the movies show us. Like, it's not like that. It's much simpler. It's very pure and plain almost once you get down to it. So maybe just think about that as you go through the rest of your day. Okay, I love you. Good luck. 444 on my clock.